Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Sonic Adventure 2. Yes, Sonic Adventure 2.
Been a long time coming.
I wouldn't say it's a long time coming. I'm not
They made another one?
uh yeah, and it's
Yeah,
not good. It's
it's all right.
all right. Yeah, hello. Yes, I'm Doug now. I'm no longer Nick, I'm Doug. Anyway, yeah. And
Mm.
got these
Thank
assholes with
God.
me.
We upgraded.
Upgraded to Doug.
Mm.
Man, Xbox 360 logo so nostalgic.
It's like Toe Jam and Earl. You get from Poindexter to Wiener to Doug.
I posted a screenshot of Doug on Twitter today, and I
Doug
forgot
funny.
the Toe Jammer Earl account still follows me. It's because they like that tweet. I'm like, oh shit, fuck. Thinking your cloud storage.
What fucking hipsters?
I know, right? All right, yeah, there it is.
File select.
Here, I'm gonna hit start a new file.
Story
Get
select.
right
Dang,
into
doing the
Hero
hard
6.
mode. Playing without all the upgrades.
Yeah, you know.
Sigma Alpha 2
I don't-
heading due
I don't
south
think
over
my-
the city. We're en route. Everything's
My
a go.
save file.
This is Control Tower.
This game is very loud, even on
Report cargo status of captured.
I mean, it's always loud.
That's a 10-4.
But yeah,
That's the thing I noticed with a lot of Sega games in general. They put like the music to be really fucking loud.
I don't have my save file for my 360, so I'm just have to deal with whatever. I could load up my 360 and just play the entire game with my all the items unlocked. But
Why do that?
yeah, need that meme to show up though. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, again, I'm playing this on my Xbox One because again, I don't want to load up the PC version and try to fix
How
that
many
game.
games actually use the VMU for something interesting?
A lot of them, to be honest.
Sonic Adventure, both of them did.
Soul Calibur.
Those are Sega first party, of course they did.
I think Soul Calibur did. I know the sports games definitely used it. Resident Evil used it. There's a lot of games that used it.
Nice.
Alright, yes, I am playing this game very good because I'm streaming.
That's the
Are you
spirit.
using, like, I'm assuming the version that you have on Xbox is battle version? Because
Yeah.
I know they sold, like, battle as, like, an extra
So-
attachment.
They did the same thing with Sonic Adventure as well, but for some reason, I was checking my good old Xbox. For some reason, I bought Battle. I had the Battle DLC before I even had I didn't even buy the DLC, the game itself. My brother had bought it. So I just had Battle on my account, but not the full SA2 game. So I had to buy it.
I see.
Yeah, so I bought Sonic Adventure 2 in 2021. What do you want? I'm a Sega fanatic, baby. All right. Next, I'll be buying the
I'm a
Dreamcast
Joker, baby.
version. Buy the Dreamcast version soon if I ever want. Damn it!
I might love to own a Dreamcast copy of both games, even if I don't own a Dreamcast.
I own
have-
a Dreamcast copy of SA1, not 2.
I do too, and it does not want to work on my Dreamcast for some reason.
Play it on the Xbox.
I am right now.
No, I mean,
See,
like the original Xbox, that plays Dreamcast games, right?
No. That was planned. Well, not planned. That Sega wanted to ask Microsoft, like, hey, can you put file the backwards compatibility?
You did it, Nick.
Yeah, I did. I know. I'm actually very good at this game. Did you try?
It depends on the level for me.
Did I try resurfacing it? No.
Some of them are annoying.
The disc just looks. I don't know. Like the disc reads fine in like a PC and all that, but like but playing on the Dream, I think it's my disc drive. Even though there's some games that it works. I
Not
won't.
as good as SA2 as I am SA1.
Yeah, same. I think
SA
that's just a byproduct of I don't play it as much.
Yeah.
SA1 SA1 I played so many times, so I have that game ingrained. This game, you know, I played a lot. I did play a lot of this game as well because I did a lot of chow hunting, chow stuff.
Play that much of this game. I didn't get to play it until the 360 version came out. Back then, I was like, this game sucks. I think it's better now than my initial impressions were, but I still have problems with it.
Yeah,
The difference is that unlike SA1, I don't find myself accepting the problems as easily.
Yeah.
Ah! This is impossible.
Alright. Ace, comment with the screaming, please.
Can't help it, the credits are kicking my ass.
But no, I'm not as good as I am in SA2, but I'm also just don't enjoy the game as much, mostly because I prefer. I think you can do a lot more with Sonic's like abilities in SA1, personally. So it just works better, I think, in that game.
Well, the design mentality is different between the two.
Yeah, that is true.
On a game, we can bring back post subtitles, yeah.
Comic Sans Adventure 2.
Hold on, let me test something. I wonder if this is gonna fuck up. It will. I might have
What
to
are you
change
gonna
it.
do?
Because I just got a follow notification. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I saw that. I have to look at the name.
Thank you.
I can't say that name because I'm bad with names, but hopefully this, you know, hopefully the game audio doesn't bleed into the desktop audio, because I am listening through the game audio for voice meter right now, so.
What?
What?
It all starts with this. A jewel containing the ultimate power. That's the chaos.
All the way, yeah. Honestly, that's the Dreamcast era Sonic games like that. I mean, just the two games are. I can listen to these back to back.
I'm very happy that I was able to get the soundtracks on vinyl.
I will say though, SA2 was a little bit too much rock for my taste though, even if I'm a rock guy. But
yeah, I'm the same.
But the jazz soundtracks though,
Definitely didn't have the same amount of budget in this one for music production.
Yeah. They definitely put a lot of the budget in other places. Where
like actually having animators.
Well, motion capture, that's one thing. Which is,
Yeah.
they used their, at the time they owned Visual Concepts, which was their sports team, development team, so...
So they were the ones who were doing the motion capture?
Yeah. They pretty much say that in the credits too, so... But, yeah, that's what it... They use motion capture for some reason. And they also, the voice acting is a bit better. Not great, but still better. It's just, you know, I will say, like, there's a lot of things... There's a lot of... for contest, Ross is playing Arkham City right now, so, you know.
He just dropped onto a fucking mine.
They shot the gargoyle, and underneath the gargoyle was a mine, and it killed me.
Arkham City's great. But yeah, they did, like, I'll admit, like, there are a lot of improvements they did along, like, the cutscenes, the voice acting, the, you know, even, you know, they just did a lot of good extras. The gameplay still feels like SA1, and maybe a bit more to it. Because I could still easily play this because it just feels like SA1 to me.
Few changes in control to SA1. The spin dash is not quite as responsive. There's a slight delay with the button. You have to hold it.
Yeah, no, that's like
that one
of
I
the
can
negatives.
somewhat tolerate because the spin dash was actually like ludicrously broken in SA1.
Yeah, dude, you could just fucking break
every level with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand why they did that in this game. Which is...
you don't you don't like run on walls as much as you did on SA1, which is probably for the better because you could break a lot of terrain in SA1.
I kind of
Gold's-
miss it though. I always
Yeah,
like
it's
the wall
funny,
running.
but it also kind of fucks with your
Yeah,
controls sometimes.
Goldstorm also said, but these levels are kind of a bit more bigger than SA1's levels, so
I think they're not bigger. I think they're longer. I
They're
think
longer?
SA1's
They're
levels are just more.
longer, but they're more condensed.
SA1's levels are. SA1's
Yeah,
levels are
wait.
just more open.
yeah, they're a bit more long. Yeah, they're longer, and I think I think a broken spin dash would have helped a bit more though. So, but you know, it's fine as it is. Now here comes the worst gameplay.
I think Knuckles feels about the same as he did in SA1.
Yeah,
maybe a little
but
faster.
yeah, but
Feels
the
like
biggest.
a bit looser.
But here's the biggest problem with this game. They destroyed the radar in this game. By that, it only detects one emerald piece, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
feel like
mods
it.
to fix
I
it.
feel like for the most part, it's not a big problem because, like, most of the levels are small enough that you can usually run around the entire thing. Like, set
Dang, extremely lucky.
waypoints in like 20 seconds. By then, you should have at least gotten like a green tick on your radar to notice which one you're looking for. The problem comes in some of the later levels, which get way too big, where just traversing the map takes significant, and it really breaks the pace.
Too big or claustrophobic.
When you get to stuff like Mad Space, it's really a really bad radar.
Yeah, that has more to do with just the fact that you can't progress the level as fast as the radar you would want to with this kind of radar system. I think it works fine for these first few levels, but after that it becomes obnoxious.
I got really lucky with this. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah, you did a good job there.
I usually never have good luck.
But the radar was also much worse in the original Sonic Adventure 2, where you didn't have the exclamation point for digging emeralds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it added that.
So
They added that in battle.
Yeah,
In
that's
the original SA2, you just had to dig till you found it.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
There's a,
And they're pretty precise.
there are very good. There's a good video where it compares the two versions, and that's one of the things I'm like, huh. That's actually something
Yeah, that's
Battle did
weird.
fix.
What other differences are there between?
A lot of
Battle
it is
and-
just like coloring and shading and some slight texturing.
They removed, yeah, like the textures on the tornado and Eggman's
Some
thing.
stuff with like the one-up
It's
icons
different.
in the HUD.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're also playing the HD version, which makes the one-up icons way uglier. I don't like.
Yeah, this double-edged sword. It's still probably the overall best version, just because the widescreen is worth it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the fuck they were doing in the background with this game, because like it's kind of inconsistent with its widescreen support, and then sound mixing is another issue entirely.
Yeah, that's always been a problem with the.
This was the
cast.
first version I played, and then I moved backwards to SA2 Battle
Yeah,
on the GameCube.
it's a weird time. It's weird
This time I'll let
how many
you
times
go,
they fucked
but
this
the
up.
next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Evan, that fucking tweet with hard drive, man.
Oh, yeah. They know how to time
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Very well.
it was quite an eventful day in a number of ways.
Been a pretty eventful week so far. Not even
Yeah,
halfway
we're
over.
getting a new indie direct tomorrow. Hell yeah.
I always thought
Yeah.
Amy looked a little weird in this game, if only because I guess I was used to SADX, which had smoother overall models than SA2, so I was used to like her shiny model, and then then I moved to this game, it was much more polygonal and always looked kind of odd to me.
Yeah.
I
I
realize
think,
that's just my
I think all the
circumstance.
models. I think all the models in this game look kind of weird. They're the best in
because
terms
they're-
of
well,
how
it's because
they're
they're-
colored, but I think in terms of their like
Because-
shapes,
I think
they're
it's
weird.
because of their like proportions. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just,
some of it I would imagine is because they had to fit the rig of the motion capture.
Yeah, and plus all like the shit that gets added on top of the
Sonic's body is really long in this game.
I still don't understand why they did motion capture.
I'm guessing at this time, Sega didn't really have that many animators. Because from what I understand about SA1 is that the cutscenes were actually programmers trying to do animation.
No, that's exactly what it was, yeah.
Yeah, they also...
So they were probably at this time hiring...
Well,
actual people, yeah.
Well, again, like I said, they mostly use their motion. They use visual concepts, which most of the time did their sports titles, so, you know, they only had, like, good motion capturing there, so they could... Sega's like, Sonic Team's like, how about we use that as well, so... Instead of hiring more people for right now, especially when this was during the time where the drink, you know, they're still bleeding money, so, you know...
Yeah. Dreamcast is still not doing good.
Yeah. Also, just to go back to Amy for a second, I think the real issue is that she looks cross-eyed, whereas in SA1, her pupils were aligned properly. Don't think that ever changes.
I kind of like how the model... I'm not sure if this is just me not remembering it right, but I'm pretty sure in the original PC version of SA2X, the one from like 2004, the models are not as shiny as the GameCube version, I'm pretty sure. I think they look fine in that version, but it's been ages since I've actually touched that specific version of it, because I used to own that one. So,
which version? Again?
The original 2004 PC version. Because I think every other version after that has been based off the GameCube version.
There we go.
Yeah. That's interesting.
The droid in that room, you can just basically jump without going on the platform that they make you required to get. Oh shit, I died.
That was the thunderstorm.
Oh.
I was not paying attention to the game.
Yeah, so what I was saying, they didn't really start doing animated cutscenes much until Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, SA2 had the motion capture, but like, I mean, that's... Once you attach that to the rig, you can modify it a little bit. It's not much animation in general. Heroes had... Most of Heroes' cutscenes were CG, with like maybe a sentence or two at the beginning of a level.
There's like 4 CG cutscenes between each team, essentially.
It was really Shadow the Hedgehog where they started having a bigger emphasis on in-game animated cutscenes.
Next time.
Shadow has a lot of cutscenes too.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of
Most of them very bad.
Yeah.
And repetitive.
It's like the game is bad or something, I don't know.
I want to buy that again soon. I haven't played it in probably like 15 years.
I need to load up, I need to get the ROM for the GameCube version, because I want to play that on my Wii U. I mean, get it legally.
How'd you get here?
The wink
would never do anything illegal.
I have the GameCube, I have the PS2 release, so you know.
Yeah, Sega's gonna give you a copyright strike on Shadow the Hedgehog.
Well, you know, Sony's copywriting Earthbound, so you know.
That's true.
Amy, whoa, what the fuck?
I love this scene because it's the epitome of do this. No. Okay.
I do. One thing I like about the Dreamcast version is the lighting, and a lot of areas in the Dreamcast version is darker, and it gives it more of a menacing feeling. They really take a lot of that out.
I mean,
that's just a problem with both of the GameCube versions.
It works for the style that they're trying to go with for this game. What the question then becomes whether or not that kind of pseudo-realistic style was any good.
I think the style of these two games of SA2 at least was fine. I think anytime onwards after that is kind of when it gets too much.
Yeah. I really feel like it's a time capsule of its time, really, of where they were trying to go with Sonic at the...
It's a time capsule of time.
That too. But you know, Sonic, you know, they're like the two Sonic Adventure games. There's the a bit more of a cartoony looking one, which is like SA1, then there's this game where they try to go a bit darker, and so like they tried a lot of things like Sonic is a bit more, even more mature than Adventure 1 because he's longer. He looks, bigger in this one.
Yeah, Sonic
So-
in this
looks
game is a
longer.
wise. Sonic in this
Hey,
game is a
Evan,
wise
shut up.
ass. I love it.
Yeah,
I think
Well,
this is probably
Sonic's always been a
shoot, what's the actor's
wise ass.
Ryan Drummond.
yeah. I think this is probably one of his better performances as Sonic.
Yeah, I think the voice acting in this game is better than Heroes. There's a lot of that.
Here, the
I mean,
problem with
he did-
Heroes is that Heroes is a really like childish, like it's designed
Yeah.
for kids.
And I mean, I
script.
thought he did well in that role, but he just
Yeah,
doesn't
he
did
work
well.
in this game.
He did well, but I think like because of the childlike nature of Heroes, I don't like the voice acting in that game much. Especially like people like Tails and.
Okay, so like this era of Sonic games is weird to me because the like voice, what's the person called? Who's the voice
Director?
yeah, the voice director for this game, Rouge the Bat's voice actor. I always liked her direction for the voices of these characters, but the actual translation of the scripts around this time was pretty bad.
Well, wasn't it, at least for SA1, it was written in English, then translated into Japanese, and then translated back, I'm pretty sure? Or was that SA2?
I have no idea.
Probably SA2.
SA2 would kind of make more sense, because SA2 is definitely taking cues from, like, American, like, science fiction stuff,
Nice.
I guess.
Yeah. It's definitely, this game definitely has that more science fiction-y feel than most Sonic games, I would say. Well, other than Shadow, I would also say, but that's also like a whole different thing. Like they
Shadow is like the action science fiction. SA2 is trying to be like science fiction thriller kind of story because there's like
Yeah.
a mystery to it as well in some parts.
yeah. Goldstorm, how did I miss all the ring capsules? Shut up.
I always wondered why Sega wanted to go with this more like expansive story-driven experience for Sonic's 3D games. I get the sense after SA1 was completed, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes discussions and so I guess some kind of friction on what direction the series should take after that.
When Sonic
Because
Adventure
SA1 is kind of the epitome of let's just throw everything we have into a game and see what works.
SA1 is the closest one to feel like a classic game in 3D.
The thing is, with Sonic Adventure, before Sonic Adventure, there was no other Sonic game on Saturn. And like Sonic Team took a hiatus of Sonic for the entirety of the Sega Saturn's lifetime. And so now they got back into now that they have getting a new game out for Dreamcast. Now they have the what's next for Sonic, pretty much.
Oh, you're not gonna do the spike glitch?
No, I don't know how to do that. Don't expect me to know glitches.
If you just very lightly tap the somersault button, like for like a frame or two, Sonic will stand in place, but his somersaulting hitbox will be active, and Shadow just runs into you and dies.
I'm gonna
If
die.
you also stand completely still during the start of that fight, Shadow will not hit you.
Yeah, but
He'll just completely run around you.
alright, let me focus on this fight. Yeah, pretty much Sonic Adventure.
Shadow was a weird character because they really wanted to play up the like mystique of his backstory, but I find him a much more interesting and enjoyable character when he's just a complete deadbeat.
Yeah.
Like when he's just a no fun police.
Yeah, the biggest thing about Shadow that everyone has kind of said lots of times,
He should have stayed dead for longer.
is the
Yeah.
problem.
He
I
should
think-
have
Or
been
he should have
inside
just
the
stayed
earth.
dead.
He should
I
have been
think
inside the
I
earth
think
and
I
unleashed.
think if they wanted to Shadow the Hedgehog the game, they should have did the game was his return, where they teased him in Heroes.
I think it was smart that
two
they
games.
made Shadow the Hedgehog like a side game for the franchise, not like the main GameCube Sonic game you were all supposed to get, because they had already made Heroes at that point.
Yeah, it's definitely a spin-off
It was
game.
it was in development
Sega
for.
doesn't really acknowledge Shadow. They acknowledge Shadow even less than they acknowledge 06.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of those games where they had two different teams for it. Where the North American team, which is the last game the last game of Sonic Team, uh, you know, they did that while the main Sonic team in Japan did 06 for for
Yeah.
the next gen consoles. And they,
Isn't it like nowadays that pretty much Sega of America has complete direction of the franchise?
Yeah. The
it-
entirety of Sonic Team is now based in LA, pretty much.
I think
I mean, it makes sense. We're the was going to release these in Japan? I mean, they do release them in Japan, but they know they're not going to do well.
That's the
Sonic's
thing.
best demographic is in Europe, so it's weird.
I hope they do. Saying that I want them to do multi-region development for Sonic, like Europe and North America.
I mean, I would say it wasn't until after Unleashed that they stopped trying to do the massive AAA budgeted Sonic games. It was right around the time Takashi Iizuka took control of the franchise, they drastically changed its direction of smaller,
because it was
more fun,
probably-
action-packed adventure games. It was also
Yeah.
probably because Sega was not well, at that time, Sega had a number of growing IPs that did better over in their Japanese market. So they
Because at the time of Unleashed, I'd say Yakuza was probably really starting to take off.
Yakuza was
think.
starting to take off.
Well,
Valkyria
in-
Chronicles came
well,
out and was
in-
massively successful.
Well, in Japan, Yakuza was big no matter what.
I wonder why.
And when the first game pretty much pretty much helped Sega out because at the time
But at that time, so it made sense from that time, from Sega's perspective, to be like, Sonic doesn't need to be our AAA multi-mass media marketing icon that I guess thinking that we've been trying to make it.
At least in Japan,
So
at
we can
least,
just
yeah.
we can downsize it, make them more shorter, stylized, cartoony games, and or just downsize the series in general. I think it's worked out for them very well.
I think after Generations is when the downsizing started to happen, because then you had
Generations had a large budget just because it was
Yeah.
like Sonic's anniversary, but
Yeah.
the scope of the game itself is still rather small. Nothing on the
Yeah,
scale of Unleashed.
It's something that for an anniversary
Hey.
game, I think it needed more than what we got. But in
I
terms
would have
of,
appreciated a nicer hub world, but I think the level design in that game was
I
really,
think
good.
I think the hub was fine for what they were trying to do for that, where it's the whole world's been sucked out of
yeah.
yeah. Hello.
Escape.
Oh.
What about Yusuke?
Sure feels haunted.
They escaped from the
Yeah.
island.
They did.
See
They
it?
flew away from it.
Yeah,
You're right.
their little CG models flew away from in the JPEG plane.
I love that they keep doing that. I love how they kept doing that for these two, because they did that in SA1 with Tails' story.
Yeah, with Tails, I'm with Big whenever Big
And with-
escapes in the plane.
Yeah, and then
God.
they kept it up with
That
this. It's
cutscene's
so
fucking funny.
it's fucking great, dude.
Yeah. I'm glad they put those back in the HD version.
I like how
Hello,
in the
gamers.
HD version he flies out of the aspect ratio
He's always flying out of the aspect ratio.
because they just drag his model off.
Hey,
Are you guys talking about which cutscenes?
We're talking about the CG cutscenes in SA1.
Yeah.
Where they clearly just have the Dreamcast or game. They were just the Dreamcast.
Like the
models,
plane going
basically.
down.
Yeah, they just have the CG, the in-game models flying away in the CG cutscenes rather.
Yes.
And
yes.
it looks really bad.
Although, that is one of the somewhat downsides of the HD, the widescreen version of SA2, is that there's times where you can see characters standing without animation because they're not supposed to be on screen.
Yeah, they kind of only some of the cutscenes are made widescreen. A lot of them are stuck in 4:3 still.
I really
so-
wish that they had the source
Some
code
of-
for these games.
Yeah, some of them have CG assets that prevent them from stretching it, and some of them just have models in places that would not allow for it.
I know for some of the ones that have that involve the characters like looking at a screen or something, a lot of those were not touched just because obviously looking at the screen is like a separate cutscene in itself that they end up looking at. So those were not touched because they would have to alter those as well. I'm pretty sure. So the ones where like where they're reading off Gerald's diary in like last story, that's the 4x3 cutscene. I'm pretty sure
Would
because
make a lot of
like
sense.
that has the text on screen and shit. But yeah, I kind of wish they put these games because currently the last time these games got a release was on PS3 and shit. Even though they're not the best ports, I still would like them to put them on newer consoles again, just to have them. You know?
I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like the problem is that the ports are of such mixed quality that
at least with Xbox, it's on there. So and it's backwards compatible.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Sega was kind of notorious for outsourcing a lot of their ports to Backbone and like other third-party entertainment companies that did not do a great job with them.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit better.
I think these two, at least SA2, I'm pretty sure was done in house. This HD port, I'm pretty sure, because I think Backbone only ever did like the classic games. I think.
I think something that like I'd really like to see is like maybe them. I don't know if they have the source code still, but like I feel like a big problem.
Probably not, knowing how Sega works.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like that's a big problem with these games. I feel like some of their stuff is so Dreamcast specific, maybe with how they coded it, that it's probably harder to support them on the modern consoles.
The thing is, a lot of the Dreamcast GPU features, well, actually, yeah, that's the one thing about the Dreamcast GPU. None of the features that was available, like none of the features could not be emulated until the PlayStation 4, from what I heard. Because
yeah, I remember seeing something about that recently. How the stuff that the Dreamcast had was so advanced for its time that even consoles like the PS3 and shit couldn't do it. So
I don't know like how they did.
I'm not sure if that's a matter of being too advanced or too specific for that particular feature set.
Maybe so, yeah.
It's probably both, where there was some like specific things that the Dreamcast GPU may have focused on that were like so not in the scope of what people were focusing on at the time that it makes sense why the GPU could handle only like the GPU was specifically built that way. But yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the biggest things that people talk about, especially just if we're gonna speak about the Dreamcast library in general, it feels like at times Sega. There are a lot of games on the Dreamcast that people want ported, but they just don't. And I don't get why, aside from technical limitations or lack of source code.
It's probably because the people who want those games are probably such a small minority compared to like the rest of Sega's IPs that it's probably just not
Did you guys
profitable
actually
enough for them.
know anybody that had a Dreamcast back in the day? Because I didn't know anybody.
Oh,
that
I
had
wasn't.
one.
I never know anyone in the UK to have a Dreamcast.
Well, I was a little baby. We had a Dreamcast.
And I mean, they were decently popular. I just don't know anyone that had one.
We had a Dreamcast.
Especially after the budget cut.
Yeah, we had a Dreamcast. I definitely know in 2001 we had one, and they had Sonic Adventure 2 on it, which my dad leave the disc out, and as a kid I messed with the disc, so that disc does not work anymore. So.
I owned a GameCube, and I never knew anyone who had a Dreamcast, but I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, like, I rented the GameCube version of this game back in the day every now and then. I got up to Death Chamber, and for some reason, I couldn't find Knuckles' power-up in that level, so I just was like, this is impossible. I can't do it.
The power-up in that level is what? The goggles?
Something like that, yeah.
No. Death Chamber
I think it's the thing that lets you break the metal crates.
Yeah, it's the fist that lets you break the metal crates, yeah.
Okay.
The sunglasses are optional, and you get them from...
It's easy to find, but I don't know, for some reason I just couldn't find it as a kid. It's like the same reason...
I think some of the last power-ups are always the ones that are optional ones.
It's like when I first rented Heroes, I got to Casinopolis Zone, And you know how like you get those pulleys that you gotta use tails to grab because they're like a little bit up the wall?
Yeah.
Apparently I was an idiot back then. I was like, it's impossible. I can't do it. You won't jump and grab at the same time.
That's like for years. I never knew how you were supposed to do Sonic Rush's special stages because I didn't know what those little things in the stages were. You know, the things you have to like grab and then like boost on and just spin round
Oh
and round
yeah,
and they
the
transport you.
fucking
I never knew what
skiers.
those were. I thought there was like just things for like, you know, parkour kind of shit. We just kind of like jump off them and do tricks off them and shit.
I read the instructions.
Yeah,
manual.
they're annoying.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like 8 when that game came out, and I just never like I didn't read the instruction manuals at that point.
I always read the instruction manuals. I was that kid.
I think the last time I legitimately read an instruction manual for a game was like Advance 2.
Well, I mean, instruction manuals are just built into games now. They don't have any flair to them.
Yeah.
It's
kind
because
of
of Sonic
meant
Heroes that
wish
we
that
know
I-
every character's canonical age.
And also know that Dr. Eggman has an IQ of 300 and is a self-proclaimed feminist.
That's a mistranslation.
Yeah, and that's
Is
a
it?
mistrans.
Yes.
It's supposed to say womanizer.
Oh god, that's so gross.
I-
That makes it. That's infinitely worse.
How do you get that
We've
mixed
never
up?
seen either aspect.
yeah.
As far as I can
That's
tell.
true.
You
We've
have
never
in
seen
the
Eggman on
you
his
have in
day
the
off.
Japanese. You have seen that in the Japanese version of Sonic X actually.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
that's
like,
Sonic X. That's not canon.
Yeah, but that was well. To be fair, that was happening at the same time that
Evan,
Heroes
you're
was
not
coming
canon.
out, so it is kind of like tied together in that kind of sense.
I guess. Well, I mean,
remember,
Sonic Heroes doesn't fucking tie that series.
Oh, I remember
though,
in
so-
Sonic
Yeah.
Adventure DX, one of
Checkmate.
the. I remember in Sonic Adventure DX, one of the secret missions has, or like one of the challenge mode missions. A few of them actually, you get to view a poster of Chris Thorndyke. You get a
Yeah,
little in-game advertising.
no, but like
some presents
in
there.
the Japanese version of Sonic X, there's a scene where Eggman's talking to Rouge. Pretty sure it's like after Shadow has like
Oh, the one where he comments on like
died.
the boob ties?
Yeah. It's after Shadow's died in like the SA2 arc, and he's just like, you know, your breasts are huge.
I mean, it's true.
And they get slapped.
It's funny.
That's a perfect line of dialogue after a friend's
And then
death.
he goes, got him.
It's like Big Booba.
It's that name.
It's weird. It's just weird because Rouge is a bat and he's a human. Eggman.
It's not gonna stop him.
Bro,
Yeah.
he wants that.
You want to know? You want to know
How
one
does
of the
he get
fun
that?
changes? You want to know
trying
one
to
of the
think of the
fun
right word.
changes? The plus
Pussy?
sign on the health packs was changed from a plus sign to an H in
Oh, yeah,
the battle
because-
version. For
because
no
that-
reason. I don't
because-
know why.
Yeah, no religion. They don't
Every
want
time,
any
yeah,
concept.
you know.
Oh,
cross,
that's why. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
that kind of
every.
makes sense.
That's every time there's like a cross in one version of the game, and then the other version, it's you know.
I mean, you also have to consider like time frame. Like, I think SC2 Battle came out in 2001. Does
No,
anyone have a-
SC2 Battle was 2003. Original SC2
No.
was 2001.
Okay, so it makes
Oh,
sense.
I'm thinking
because,
at the
because
SADX.
that's post 9/11, and any sort of religious reference or context could be taken out,
Yeah.
and people would just flip a shit, you know.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were doing that well before 9/11.
Yeah, no,
as
that was
well.
way-
No, I
like-
know, but I'm saying in a post 9/11 climate, like there could be like at least in the games industry, like cause for like, oh, we want to change this just to be sure.
It
You
was
know?
yeah. It was just in that era, religion was kind of being removed from games.
Yeah, just in general.
Like,
even
so
though-
like
even
by,
though every-
by everyone, not just Nintendo.
No,
Nintendo
no.
Oh yeah,
was cool
everyone
with
was
that.
doing it.
Oh, Nintendo was always doing it though.
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
never did it.
What are you talking about, Ross?
Nintendo-
Have you never seen any of the shit like the translation changes and like so many games with like crosses and churches?
Yeah, you remember the part of Mario 2 where he like kneels down and prays to Muhammad?
That's not.
I don't think there's. I don't think a cross would be the correct symbol to use for that.
No, I mean Nintendo.
Mario
Nintendo-
rolls up his sleeve and reveals
yeah,
the Star
no.
of David tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, but no.
Oh no.
But yeah, but Nintendo's been like censoring religion in games for like years, ever since the NES, where some
yeah.
games like Castlevania, like did not have any of the they didn't call it the cross or the holy water because they wanted to, you know, remove the religious stuff out of it.
And 10,000 other dumb changes.
Yeah.
Like having a worse sound card.
Expect the inside of the mines to be like this. This is
Oh, I don't think that was a result of the censorship.
I mean, I think that there is good censorship, and then I think there is bad censorship. I'm of the belief that censorship is not an inherently bad thing, but it can be used in bad ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It depends what you're censoring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
If
like
it's
I'm not
something
one of
that's,
those. I'm not like one of those social justice warriors that's gonna tell you, that's gonna flip his shit because, like, you know, because this character in a bathing suit is slightly more covered. I don't care about that.
They removed the vagina.
About that.
They removed the vagina bone off that one character.
They removed the boob slider.
They removed the boob slider in Xenoblade. What the fuck?
I mean, that's the one I was thinking of. That, like, is like a core feature. I don't view that as like a...
Yeah.
That's removing a core aspect of character design from the game.
I think that, like, when you start to get into, like, the more, like, insane specifics, like, you know, Fire Emblem Fates having tons of character interactions and dialogue just outright changed to fit Nintendo of America Treehouse localization standards.
Some of that shit was legitimately creepy.
I'm
Yeah,
not
let's be
saying
honest.
like stuff like the petting stuff like the petting minigame isn't necessarily what I'm talking about. I'm talking about several dialogue choices and the way that specific characters were written. They went from being like semi-serious to just having the most ridiculously awful dialogue imaginable.
That's kind of just a Nintendo Treehouse thing for that era.
Yeah,
yeah,
They definitely have not done that as much now.
Standards for voice direction is not
Great. Yeah, I'm very...
Not just voice direction, just writing
and
localization.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
In this instance.
I'm happy that Nintendo
I mean, they can be funny, but not much beyond.
I think there's like a difference between like, you know, being localizing a game to have it fit like the audience that you're trying to appeal to, right? Like, people were bitching about The World Ends with You's translation because it uses a lot of slang, but I'm like, but it's a game about, like...
It's a game about teenagers.
Yeah, of course they're gonna use slang, right? So it makes sense in that context, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you're just removing character dialogue and interactions and then replacing it with like cartoonish dialogue that doesn't actually represent what that character was trying to say, like that's where like the line is like at that point you're just removing shit from the game.
Part of my problem with Treehouse's direction is that they want all their voice actors to be like, to enunciate very clearly in a way that nobody actually talks like.
Yeah, I agree.
And they tend to use very like soft-spoken voices to get that point across, and sometimes it just doesn't clash with the overall game like design aesthetic.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild's English voice acting is not good.
I wouldn't say it was bad voice acting, it was bad voice direction.
Yeah.
I think it was a case of like it was. I don't think was that. Well,
Because,
I think it was just that was definitely someone's first time doing voice acting, and not
it was
first time
also-
doing voice acting.
Well, again,
First time
Nintendo's
doing voice
direction for them
directing
is,
for that series.
again, Nintendo's direction for them is speak very slowly and speak very clearly, enunciate every word.
Hold
Yeah.
on, because I looked this up a while
only
ago.
known.
The voice director for that, I don't think they were affiliated with Nintendo. Like the guy had done a bunch of other direction for a bunch of different games, not exclusively Nintendo. Like I think they did Horizon Zero Dawn. And Russ, you play that game? Was the voice acting good in that?
Honestly, actually, when you said that, the voice acting in that game is actually kind of similar. Then
It's pretty.
because
Honestly, I played that game somewhat recently.
Oh.
It's fine, I guess, but the problem is the game has this really tribal. This game has this really tribal like aesthetic, and everyone talks like they came out of Brooklyn.
that's also a thing.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
But the slower dialogue that I notice is in the in-game cutscenes where it's those cutscenes where
it's the two characters talking back. It's like for example, it's like
The
two
camera
characters
shift
talking
cutscenes.
back to back. Yeah, where it's just two characters talking back to back, and sometimes you'll have little dialogue wheel things. It's those there kind of cutscenes where I can definitely tell that was done by the same person who did the voice direction for Breath of the Wild, because goddamn, they talk very slowly and very enunciated in those cutscenes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but for the actual like CG or story cutscenes, I guess you could call it, where there's more dynamic camera and shit. It's almost like it was done by a different voice director, and maybe it was, maybe it had like a cinematic director or something like that.
That's curious. Right. But anyway, like going back to Breath of the Wild, I agree the performances in there were not great. I think like because it was during development was the whole voice actor strike, and even afterwards, I'm not sure if Nintendo were going to be willing to use like union actors and such. I'm not sure if they have since. But yeah, there are like a bunch of circumstances that kind of lets that, and but I think given how sporadic those cutscenes are in the game, it's not really that big an issue.
It's hard to say with Nintendo because you never know what their actual direction is.
Yeah,
that's the biggest.
Also, Nick, I agree with you. Xenoblade 1 is still my favorite Nintendo dub ever. Probably one of the best.
I think that was outsourced.
No, it was. It was outsourced to stage actors who did probably like what they have some pretty incredible performances. Like honestly.
My favorite Nintendo voice acting was Kid Icarus Uprising, which I believe was also outsourced.
That was definitely
Kid Icarus
good.
Uprising is also fantastic.
Why is it glitching? Why is this level
Good
glitching?
question. Yeah, I see that shit, bro. You're glitching? You're playing on PC, right?
No, I'm playing on the Xbox.
Oh. Huh. Hey, as long as you don't fall through the floor, you should be okay. Still like.
Yeah, Evan says that. That's gonna happen.
Well, I think that you can only do that with Ruse, because like if she tips the car over, like after doing a jump, it like
she
kind of
tips the penis into a wrong area.
I do like these driving sections. I don't know why. I think
if they control better, then yes.
Yeah, they need it.
I don't think the don't crash. It's not that I don't think the don't crashing mission isn't bullshit. It is. I just like controlling it.
Even though I say that,
I like when I smack the car and go boing.
I think, as I just said, like, I think that I wish it controlled better. I'm playing this as best as I could, and I really
wish that there was like a dedicated button to drift in these sections.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that would just instantly solve everything.
Yeah, you kind of like have to like use the game's own mechanic to drift. Like there's no like dedicated button. You just have to kind of figure out a way to drift yourself.
You have to turn in really hard in order to drift, and that's like the issue, because if you turn too hard on turns, you'll just insta drift and you'll fucking fly off the stage. It's awful.
Yeah. My problem with this is that it's really repetitive. You make a 90-degree turn, then you go through a tunnel, and then you make a jump, and then you grab boost.
Well, yeah.
That's all you do.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I think that's fine that it's a bit repetitive, because you only have to do these twice, in the main story. So
yeah, mission mode though, that's a different fucking beast.
Which I'm not doing.
Honestly, I got 100%. I have never tried to 100% SA2. I always just got a save. Downloaded a save file.
I am heavily considering for the 25th anniversary of this game doing the 100% run.
Damn, dude, I couldn't do it.
I've completed the missions on a few levels. Not all of them. I can't be bothered. And God help. I would do the Chow Garden for SA1. I ain't fucking doing it for SA2. Even if people say it's the better Chow Garden.
The problem is that there's a lot of just stages in SA2 that I just flat out don't like from the start, even just doing them normally. So I don't want to do it.
I don't mind grinding SA1 stages. I love those stages enough that.
Yeah.
Back in my,
I like the stages in this game, but there's none I want to play over and over again.
Back in my good old days of the Chow Garden SA2 runs, I just ran City Escape over and over again to get animals, and it ran pretty well. Also, I like this cutscene because the video glitches and he looks like he has 4 arms, so he's Goro.
Yeah, he's pulling his Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, he's Goro.
Otherwise.
Yeah, there's Arkham. I just finished Arkham City
Yeah.
again.
But I never
Good job,
ever,
Eggman.
I never ever 100% this game because I didn't really care that much. I never really 100%ed SA1 because I just think just playing the levels.
The
Yeah.
only
fine.
things I'm missing left in SADX on the GameCube
So
is some of the Chow racing ones and the fucking ice cap snowboarding mission mode because I can't do it.
what Skype was like in 2001, yeah.
I only ever did. I only have ever 100% of SA1, but this was on, like I said, because I used to own the original 2004 PC port, and I did it there, and it was on my old family computer. But then that computer got destroyed because just old computer. So I lost the save file, and I never had the heart to try and do it again.
So yeah,
Actually,
that's
speaking of SA2, there's a funny glitch you can do with the GameCube version, where if you have like the 1012 block card, like memory card for the GameCube, like
Yeah.
the really late generation white one, if you somehow create 99 save files for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the game will freeze whenever it tries to display save files.
So I say like I never 100% SA2, so I never really did the Green Hill level. But after
this
hearing,
level fucking sucks.
when I heard that level's not really that great, I'm like, oh okay, I didn't miss much.
Yeah,
But
the Green Hill in SA2 is horrible.
yeah, but I will get 100% save file of SA2 on PC and do it.
Yeah.
Just for the stream
show it off.
purposes.
Closer
Yeah.
to 100%ing Heroes than I am SA2.
So yeah, that will happen. I think I just need to get a good save file.
Well, Heroes is pretty easy to 100% because it's just do the levels and then just do the hard modes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm also weird in that I like that game more than this one.
I like Heroes. It's okay.
I
Got
have,
some
I
weird,
have,
got some
I have-
bullshit, but I am alright with it.
I have had a huge change of heart on Sonic Heroes over the years. I feel like I used to like it a lot, but as time has passed, I grow to dislike it more and more each year. I think that the problem with Heroes is that the physics are so fucked, and they're just so imprecise.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They are very imprecise. The thing you have to know about Heroes is that if you want to stop on a dime, you have to jump. Your air control
Yeah.
is significantly better than your ground control.
So damn
Jumping in
slippery.
Heroes
And
is
yeah, you're
automatically
right. The
closer
controls are
momentum.
wonky. I openly admit that about the game.
It's
But the thing is,
slippery.
I'm the really technical, savvy kind of gamer to where I can
Oh, we know.
understand the physics in a way that I guess even if they're unnatural, I can understand how they work.
I don't know.
It's a weird mixture of me playing it a lot and my specific gaming abilities, but like it just clicks naturally to me in a way that I know it does not for most people.
I can understand that. It's more of just I'm not a fan of having to play through the game 4 times, even
Yeah,
though
that's also shit.
even though I think that the one level not the one level the chaotic missions are different technically and they are unique, but I don't necessarily think they're that fun.
No, that's the problem. They're
That's
not
the thing.
good.
When I talk about Heroes, I'm mostly just talking about Team Sonic.
Yo,
Like,
Shadow is better than Heroes.
Team Rose is
That's a
pretty
lie.
easy.
No.
Shadow is worse than Heroes by a
No.
fucking wide margin.
No.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just trying to start. I'm just trying to start a war in here.
I
Okay,
know
sorry.
you fucking are.
Let me just turn you down a bit. Fuck you loud.
What was I-
Okay,
here's-
I'll just go then. Bye.
No. I
So
just
here's
turned you
the
down.
thing
You're
about
good.
Heroes. I only really actively think Team Sonic is fun. Team Rose is piss easy to the point where I don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
And Team
it's so
Dark I
brain
can
dead.
only get through if I abuse the Infinite Team Blast glitch.
Yeah, no. Team Dark is just.
But the fact that that glitch exists alone boosts the game for like a full point for me.
Wait, what glitch is that? I've
If
never
you
heard of
do
that.
a thunder shoot while you switch characters on like the exact frame, the game kind of glitches for half a second. It doesn't know what to do with your character, and it acts like you're attacking something, and you get like a third of Team Blast glitch. So you can
Yeah,
just
you can just
constantly
spam that.
shift your character and get Infinite Team Blast.
I never fully
It's
beat.
one of the reasons why I enjoy the game as much as I do,
I
because I
never-
can just blast past all the bullshit I don't like.
I never fully beaten Sonic Heroes because I don't like the special stages. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not worth it.
They
Oh,
are not good.
No, well,
Special stages
They
in
are
Heroes
so
well,
bad.
well, they are
Yeah.
worth it
Again,
because
I know how they work. I can do them. They're not good.
but they are worth it because I want to beat the level. I want to beat the game. You know,
The thing is, most people seem to think you have to mash the boost button. You just hold it down.
you have to hold it down. Know
Wait,
that a lot.
really?
It's like the boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to hold it
Yeah.
down. Know that I don't like how like a lot of people like, oh, if you just go on the roof, the ceiling, you could go faster.
No, if you try to
Yeah,
go onto
that
the
doesn't
ceiling, you
work.
fall down.
That doesn't
and
work.
Yeah,
you
you
momentum.
fall.
You don't. It
Doesn't
doesn't.
work.
One, it doesn't work, and two, if you need to do that, that doesn't make it good.
You know what I'm very happy about? The
No.
fact that Sonic Generations 3DS gave us a remix of the Heroes special stage theme, and it fucking slaps.
I mean, both the special stage themes in Heroes are great.
No,
Yeah,
they're both
here's the thing.
excellent.
Here's the thing. This Heroes has a fucking great soundtrack.
Oh,
Like,
I
it's
think
the
it's
live-
one of the more underrated soundtracks. I like it.
It's
a
It
a
lot.
is. No,
Sonic
I love
game,
it.
man. I'm telling you, most Sonic games, godlike soundtracks.
It
Like,
kind of has the SA2 problem where it's still kind of very rock focused, even arguably a little bit more so than this game. But
I disagree with that actually. I think the criticism of SA2 soundtrack being way too rock focused is people only really fixating on, I think, the fact that it's like, oh, there's guitars everywhere, but like I don't think people realize that each character has like a different flavor of music
but
that is like they're trying to
Yeah.
express.
Yeah,
The problem-
it's
but the
just
problem-
that it's not the jazzy kind of rock that SA1
yeah,
has.
that's just the difference in that's just the difference in games.
Rude.
The
That
problem
is
is
pure jazz.
the problem
Yeah.
is though,
Bebop.
like the problem is though, the rock complaints I do agree with because four of the characters, which is Eggman, Sonic, and Tails, and Shadow, mostly is rock music, and
yeah,
some of
they're the most guilty
Like,
parties of
I
it.
have always categorized it more as like, I think that like Sonic is like, you know, typical like 90s butt rock. Like
Right.
Shadow is more like edgy, like grunge kind of. Eggman is like
Industrial.
yeah, industrial. Eggman is like electronic or like more of like
Eggman's is like the most unique out of the characters that were just mentioned.
well yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I suppose.
out of the three that we just mentioned, yeah, but like, I mean, Tails is pop.
Tails is
right?
really is peppy rock, yeah.
Yeah, it's pop rock. Like that's the thing, right? And then you know,
I
obviously
like
Knuckles.
pop rocks.
Knuckles
Okay,
and
so
Rouge
here's
are-
the thing. You just listed a different musical type for every single character. SA1 has a different music type for every single everything.
Oh, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just
That's
saying,
what-
I'm
yeah.
not trying to compare one soundtrack over the other. I think SA1 soundtrack is also fucking amazing.
Oh no, yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think the songs in this game are great. I just think it's not quite as large a scope of variety.
Oh no, of course. They were
Yeah.
clearly trying to go for a more cohesive theme across the board, with the exception really being Knuckles and Rouge.
Yeah, but
which-
that's also part of the problem is that the music is like a character specific, and a lot of the times you're thinking about one character, you're thinking about all their stages. The fact that you like swap characters past every level is really, really good. It helps keep the music diverse. But
Yeah.
Right.
it's still, you know, you still can't help but think like, you know, you don't have as
It
much
could've been
variety as you
more.
did in the last game.
yeah.
Speaking
Okay,
of,
that was
speaking
the
of
thing I was
music.
just thinking about. What do you guys prefer, having like 6 multiple stories or having like 2 stories just broken between
Two.
Oh, I think
Two.
the structure.
Two.
I think the structure of this game is just way better.
Yeah, so Sonic
Yeah.
Ninja 2 was definitely with better in structure
In terms of,
for
like,
story.
progression.
In terms of story.
Yeah.
I do wish we had a hub world, and I do wish we had light exploration, but like ultimately, like I don't really care, like, because some of the level design in this game is really good, despite what people may tell you.
Yeah, I think personally I don't mind having the 6 character thing because it allows more time to have for the characters to have better arcs in their own stories. I think,
Agreed.
especially stuff like Tails and Gamma and in SA1, they're like the ones that stand out the best in that regard. So I kind of prefer the way it's done in SA1 a bit more, but I can also stand having it be a bit more of a condensed, like team-based arc rather in SA2. You know?
Also, Pyramid Cave, fucking banger track, absolutely one of my favorites.
It's real
I
good.
like the remix that somebody did. That whenever someone was doing a Pyramid Cave mod for Generations, someone made a remix of Pyramid Cave. That was a really good one.
The Sonic Adventure music experience version of
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
yeah. Oh my god, all the remixes they did for that were great. Yeah, but
Wasn't there a Pyramid Cave remix in the recent one as well? I'm pretty sure in like the Sonic Orchestra one, or am I thinking wrong?
No, there wasn't. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a shame.
But I'm pretty like hard set on like SA1 and SA2. I think are two halves of like a greater whole that could have been accomplished. You know, if they made it a proper Adventure 3. But
Never gonna happen.
Those
Real
games,
quick.
but
Real quick, that was the cutscene where in the widescreen version, I think it's Amy, and she has no animation, she's just completely still.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so this is
Also,
the level
wow,
that scarred me as a child, because I couldn't find this.
Fucking hate this one. I remember.
Also, yeah, I'm watching this footage now. The lighting even in this version between the PC version is also different.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. This is darker already.
Is there like a DX restoration for well?
Kind of. It's like it's kind of
nowhere near
nowhere
on the scale of SA1.
It's nowhere near on the scale. It's nowhere as easy as SA1.
I feel like they might have messed with the lighting a little bit to compensate for the lower like black level variation you get on like flat screen TVs.
Oh,
that you
also,
got in, like, CRTs.
Yeah.
Also, the much darker image on stream has also got to be because of my capture card and how I don't have it set to certain thing. That could be also
the Chow
that
guard.
could be a factor. Yeah. Because I saw like during Shadow and Sonic's fight, like I did not see Shadow's face in the cutscene before.
I gotta say though, like, have you guys ever tried to listen to the lyrics of this song? Because Jesus Christ, it's the weirdest shit ever.
It's pretty
Here's the
amazing.
thing. I don't like any of Knuckles' songs in SA2, so I've never listened to them.
I mean, I like to meme on them, but I don't like actually listening to them. But that's just me not caring for like.
I'm gonna hit you guys with a hot take. All right, so I think that the Knuckles raps themselves are not that great, but the backing beats are fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. The music itself is good. The lyrics are bad.
I think Pumpkin Hill is legitimately great, but I feel like that's a pretty common opinion.
It's the only one I would think is legitimately a good
I want to know how much freedom in lyrics they gave to fucking.
Well, Hunted P had a
He just wrote it in like 30 minutes or something like that, right?
He wrote them in 30 minutes.
He
wrote them in a day. Yeah.
Oh, it's just Randy.
Or in a day. Yeah, because they don't sound like he was spending a week mastering his craft to make all these songs.
Yeah, it wasn't what we know. Yeah,
it would have been way funnier if he was. It would have been way funnier if he was like, I spent 8 months writing these songs.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. He wasn't. Sega did not give
what we know about Hunted P now. He doesn't seem to have much of a craft to master.
Yeah, you know, Sega.
He's a decent flow. Whatever.
Yeah, he's got an alright flow, but other than that,
he's got energy, and that's really all that matters. Like if he sounded like stupid, dumb, monotonous, like a fair amount of modern rappers do, then it would not have worked as well as it does.
Speaking of our favorite echidna, Idris Elba, that shit kinda hype.
That's kind of cool.
It's cool.
I want to see I want to see if it's just gonna be his voice or if he's just gonna put on a voice or something.
And I think he might just go like full British accent. That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be fucking funny if Knuckles was British.
Knuckles with the British accent.
The snobby British accent specifically.
I just wish I cared about Sonic, the second Sonic movie. So.
I mean, I'm waiting to see a trailer. You know, at this point. It'll probably come soon.
I still really like the first movie despite everything. I know that it's not a 10 out of 10 movie, but
I mean,
it was enjoyable. It was fine.
It's your typical like little kids talking anime movie, but it's one of the better versions of that.
Yeah, I'll still say that movie was fine.
Yep, it was fine.
Y'all remember when Sonic farted? Did you go lol?
I don't know.
Yes, I think we
guess
mention that every time we mention this fucking
Look.
movie.
When I saw that movie, I was in Florida, and there were 3 people in the theater. One of them was
Well,
me.
that means you could have laughed really hard. Then you could have laughed out loud at the fart joke and not felt bad about it.
That's true.
As hard as you could to break the sound barrier.
Just die there in the movie theater.
Fucking snap! You just fucking see other people's eardrums like melting
Fucking-
beside you.
Fuck.
I appreciated. I guess something that like I appreciated about that film was that like it didn't try and do like annoyingly like snarky like humor that like I personally really don't fucking like and can't stand. I've made that.
You call it, Aaron, just call it what it is, the Joss Whedon humor.
The Joss Whedon humor, true.
Yeah.
It's infected like all media, and like I don't know. I appreciate that movie was like sincere and like actually tried to like have like some form of like like seriousness and
Here's the thing. It's I'm not gonna say it respected the source material, but it respected it enough to like take it seriously.
that
Take
to me
the franchise seriously.
that to me is a sign of people who really care, and like that's why like the fucking that's why the sequel has me excited.
Yeah, hopefully it's good because
I mean, I'll see it. I'm just not. I don't want to set expectations for it. I'd rather
No,
just,
Jeff Fowler clearly, because obviously he worked on the franchise before, because he used to work for like Blur Studios and shit, doing cutscenes and all for like the games like Unleashed and shit. He clearly knows the franchise and loves it, so he clearly just wants to make a good movie about it.
Yep, exactly, and that's sometimes that's all you need.
Ross, how much do you want to snuggle King Boom Boom?
He doesn't look like something you could actually hold. He definitely is something that's like transparent.
Listen, I'm gonna
or
quote.
or something you would just like fall through if you tried to touch him.
I'm just gonna quote a good FTCF title. He has gay mouth. Thank you.
Yeah, he has the game mouth. You're right.
Look at it. Look at it.
There you go. There you go, Nick. Reference people bigger than yourself. That's how you'll get the views.
Bigger than me, huh? If I want to
like
go,
me, I tower over you. If you reference me, you'll get like 3,000 followers immediately.
Ace, if I want to go for someone big, I go for some call me Johnny. Come on.
That's true.
Who?
I don't know. He might have did Sunshine 100% lately. I don't know.
Yeah, he beat his time of the 2015 run.
Yeah, I think going back to the music talk though, I think part of the issue was that around this time Jun Sonoa became responsible for like creating the entire soundtrack. I think he's gone on record saying that he works better when he's part of a collaboration with something.
Yeah,
that's why I've been really happy. That's why I've been really happy that lately he's been getting more work with
just doing remixes.
Just doing remixes and getting to work with T-Lope. So we've gotten some seriously awesome jams since then.
Yeah, he was the sound director of this game.
By the way, because like, dude, T-Lopes is literally living the dream. Imagine making fan remixes that are so good that Sega is like, yo, dog, just make music for us.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just one of the many reasons why Sega is so unique of a video game company. I can't think of any other giant company that would actually like embrace its fandom like that.
I think it's more of just us. I
think that's part of the reason why I still love Sega so much, despite their many numerous flaws.
Yeah,
I feel like Sega has really come around in the last like 5 to 6 years. Yeah, more the decade. They've really got like a lot of their shit figured out now. They have successful video. Yeah.
It's definitely the new CEO, the CEO they got in 2015 that's been helping a lot. So
it's a shame that their arcade division isn't doing so good. But I mean, that was kind of inevitable in the time we're currently in.
It's the one aspect of Sega that's a little sad because I know how deep the arcade culture was.
But if it means that we're gonna have more of a focus on like home console game creation, then at least its death isn't in vain.
It's weird too because they released a new arcade game recently, which is Virtua Fighter Esports, and it's like, huh.
Well, wait, isn't Virtua Fighter Esports just?
It's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just calling it that here in Japan, and but it's still they have an arcade version of that.
Nick, you have to wait for him to shoot fire.
I still think one of the most interesting things Sega could probably do is be like, hey, we're trying to throw our hat back into the ring of fighting games again, and just being like, yeah, VF6 would roll back enjoy. Like
I feel like VF5 is definitely the start of that.
Well, yeah, they said many times like this is like this is gonna be like our test to see if people really want this again.
Yeah, and it clearly worked, I think. People were loving that game when it was like on
Japan,
PS Plus and
especially
shit,
in Japan, because Japan loves their Virtual Fighter. That's why they sold Virtual Fighter 1 as a Sega Saturn launch title back in Japan, and it worked well for them for Virtual Fighter 2.
Got it. Why is Knuckles so dark in this perfectly lit room?
Don't worry about it. Shut up.
Yeah, but
That's racist.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough.
We did it!
It's called lighting.
Time for
I'm
another.
excited for the future of Sega. I think that I feel like the shift to making more legacy franchises known is going to be really good too.
Yeah, I love Shining Force on mobile.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
I like that pose of Sonic. That's always cool.
I just hope that's just gonna play like the Fire Emblem Heroes game, and that's all. Because I like the gameplay of Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't like the gotcha mode parts of it.
Yeah.
I tend not to really get into the mobile phone games of anything.
I understand.
I don't have a phone.
That's not until the Dark Story.
I know, but I'm saying it in preemptive advance.
Oh, is it? I forgot.
Yeah,
Terry, fucking great.
Chameleon Waifu Wars. Yo, I would like a Kid Chameleon Waifu Wars. Fuck you.
Yeah, have you guys seen the French Tom and Jerry mobile game where they just make the characters like waifus?
I've mentioned this before, but I want in the next Yakuza game for like the main character to raise a pet gerbil, and it's just like a Chow Garden game.
That has like a remake
Honestly,
of the Garden theme.
With how much Ichiban?
Something of the equivalent. I just think that would be a really funny mechanic for a Yakuza game.
With how much Ichiban is a video game focused dude, I can see it.
So did Gerald build this, or did Eggman build this?
Neither. They're just buddies with it. He's their homie.
Yes.
I always kind of felt that this was something that Gerald or like Gunn, I guess, built.
I was under the impression that this is something they found here and took control of.
I mean, that's also possible. Because yeah, the only thing that looks technical is like the thing on the top of its head, which is what controls it. So
the ancient Egyptians built this.
You never know. Those ancient Egyptians.
I don't know what it is about like the wall and floor textures in SA2, but they always look very pleasant. Maybe it's just because of the way they're clearly just a flat texture on the ground.
Why am I getting so fucking lucky in this game?
Not been having any trouble.
Sonic, there's a ring behind you.
I have like the reverse string curse.
You're doing too good at this game.
Yeah, don't worry. Watch Knuckles.
Don't worry, we have
Shuttle.
yet to get to a fucking space race.
Well, we're getting to space right now.
I don't remember what it.
Yeah, we're at the
fucking Knuckles' meteor herd.
We have to stop Russia. I think meteor herd is alright as a level.
Yeah, Mad Space is the bad one.
Yeah, Mad Space is definitely the worst one. Meteor herd's alright. It's just like too vertical.
Meteor herd is just really linear, or not linear, really tall.
Sonic. Let's see what Sonic wobbling at it. Yeah. Sonic's.
You should have played, Nick. You should have played the SA2 randomizer. And see what bullshit we get.
Wait, the SA2 randomizer?
What, it gives you a random power up?
It gives you it randomizes the levels in the cutscenes and what characters appear in certain levels.
Ross, I first want to.
That sounds like it would put you into a lot of like unprogressible places.
Yeah.
Ross, at that point, you can just reset though. Just do it.
That's bad. That's bad game design, Ross.
What's the point of a randomizer then?
There is probably there are probably fucking like parameters you can set like in certain randomizers where like you can block yourself out of like losing scenarios. Because like that's like a big thing with a lot of randomizer programs is that they I would imagine so. If they don't, that'd be pretty funny.
You guys are in the know on the politics right now. There's a lot of talk about UFOs. Do you think it's Space Colony Arc?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
As
It's Black Doom, guys. It's
as
fucking
we're-
Black Doom.
as I
Like
was
this
gonna
is the most anime as fuck thing ever. It was just a space station on the outside of the Earth that we used for like experiments we didn't want.
I was gonna say,
We
Ross,
used-
Ross, I wanna first play the full game as intended before going into crazy shit with it. Thank you.
Alright, that's fair.
Like stay tuned for the SA1 randomizer coming soon to
What? Oh shit!
No,
Also,
can't fucking say that.
actually, we're talking about music. I actually really like the music that plays in some of these cutscenes, like this one.
Oh yeah,
What, like the
SA2
trumpet?
music
What,
is,
like the snare drum one?
I like the drums too, yeah.
I think
Show
they brought
them,
back
man.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
This theme always like this trumpet theme or whatever you want to call it always reminds me of fucking Nazo Unleashed
I'm
because they
pretty
use
sure.
that theme a lot.
Ross,
I'm pretty sure this is called Strategy on the soundtrack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
on the
They
side.
use this song a lot in Nazo Unleashed, and it's like that animation is like ingrained in my brain.
Fucking Nazo Unleashed is so raw. It's a classic. It's a certified hood classic, dude.
I showed that to people who weren't Sonic fans, and they just didn't get it. They just like it's so.
I don't know
it is
what you're
definitely
talking about. So this
It's
will
so
be
hyper
to me.
specific.
Ace, Ace, we'll have time after the stream. We'll watch it and we'll just show you.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll see
well,
what
definitely,
happens.
we'll definitely have time because I feel like I could beat this under 2 hours right now.
What, are you just doing Hero Story tonight? Or
Yes.
are you doing Dark?
Yes.
Yeah, just heroes. Because if you do dark, but we'll be here for
Good
4
point.
hours overall.
We don't want him to spend 20 minutes in Lost Colony.
You're right.
So, how do you guys feel about,
Yeah.
I guess, so you guys, I imagine you guys know about, like, the development stuff with,
The submarine.
what?
There's a submarine level. Originally intended.
Wait, really?
Where?
There was a
No, like the
Yeah.
no, like the multiple choice stuff.
We can
No,
like
not
the-
that.
Oh yeah.
we
Not the
can
multiple choice stuff, but like the fact that there weren't going to be two
Yeah, it
stories
sucks, yeah.
originally, but it was going to be one game with
Well, No, well, yeah, it was gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not sure when in development things changed.
It was.
Well, I know.
Wait.
I know that the like original like quote unquote intent was that it was supposed to be Sonic, Knuckles, and Eggman as the playable characters, right? And then you would just like see the other characters in cutscenes. But I remember, I think it was Tails specifically that they got like that you know they didn't mention like, oh, Tails is playable, and then they kind of like panicked and were like, okay, we have to make levels for these characters now, which is why like the Sonic Shadow and the Sonic Knuckles and Eggman levels are the ones that feel the most finished, while the other character levels don't feel anywhere near as cohesive or well done.
I feel
Right.
like and that's probably why Shadow only has like 4 stages.
Shadow has only 4 stages,
Well,
which
yeah.
actually do feel complete in my opinion. It's just.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's-
was
yeah.
it was like a Sonic-esque
But
character, so
some-
they probably spent more time.
But
on
some
shadows.
level they do reuse they do like reuse a lot of areas, like a lot of areas that Sonic also goes into, and some.
Yeah,
in
they have
the-
reused assets, and they have some good level design, but they don't have that many unique set pieces.
I think
Yeah.
I think the reason that I always like point to that as like being like a huge thing is that like you compare the Tails mech levels to the Eggman mech levels, and like the quality in my opinion is fucking nightmare.
Although I'll be honest, White Jungle is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
It's probably like one of my favorite levels in this
I
game.
think
White
I
Jungle's
think
pretty good, yeah.
with
I agree with
Tails,
you,
Tails, most of his missions are fine. I think what Tails' thing is that there's a lot of enemies that are really badly placed all over the place, versus Eggman just having better level design. The level design for Tails is fine, there's just too many enemies sometimes.
It's poor enemy placement, and I feel like Eggman's levels all have these like really bombastic big set pieces that like really makes them memorable. Like you think about Cosmic Wall, right? And
That's
like,
the one with like the gravity shit where you can like
Yeah.
fly up with
That
the
is-
jet boost
and where
everything.
you're
Yeah.
riding in the,
That
the
is-
propeller car, where you're just like locking
Yeah.
on and shooting things and getting chased with a giant
That
tail.
is
You
the
think
better
about
one.
Yeah.
you think about Lost Colony and like the atmosphere that level has, right? And you think about you know, stuff even stuff in like weapons bag where you're just going fucking ham on all these gun robots.
Yeah.
And, like I just feel like the design of a lot of the Eggman levels, they just feel much more like built and like unique for the mech. Where I feel like Tails, like, they clearly wanted to make mech stages, but they didn't have the time to really like.
They didn't have.
I feel like in Tails' levels you have to land on small platforms.
It's fine, whatever.
I feel like on Tails' levels you have to land on small platforms like boxes more often. And I always found that very difficult to handle with the mechs. They slip off too easily.
Yeah, while Eggman's levels
have
big platforms or like areas that are like, oh, like there's enough space here for where I can jump, you know.
I'd imagine. I wonder, is that a case of like they had the big platforms because the levels were designed with the mechs in mind, whereas with the Tails ones they had to just recycle a lot of assets. They didn't have assets that would fit like the stages that they wanted to do for Tails, so they just had to use supplement that with the boxes instead, because they could just place gun boxes anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos in particular is a jackass.
I feel like it becomes more obvious with the reuse of assets when you I feel like so Knuckles and Rouge's stages is like the most interesting in that respect, because Rouge actually has a lot of unique assets, right? If you really think about it. And like the way that they designed her stages, it feels like those were maybe intended for Knuckles in some ways. Like, I'm not like Mad Space in particular is like experimentalism at its finest. It's like, what the fuck is this fucking stage?
I don't know if Rouges were added at like before they decided on like Tails and Shadow, or earlier than that.
I feel
might
like
have been at a different point that they
might
got
have
Rouge playable, because they clearly had a lot of time to work with her.
I feel like they must have did her like earlier, much earlier.
Yeah, Rouge is definitely the one that of the characters that they added, probably whenever they decided on adding more than just the first three. Rouge is probably the one they did first, because she was, maybe they wanted to do like the new characters first.
I mean, for all we know, they could have had the first three at the beginning, and then they added Rouge, and then they added everyone else later.
I will say, I think one of the worst levels in the game is honestly Final Chase with Shadow. It's really not fun. I'm not.
I like Final Chase. I like because I think that's
actually, I'm gonna side with Ross. I like that stage too.
Final Chase is fun.
If the pillar mechanics were less jank, I would agree with you. But
easy.
I've always never really liked the way that Final Chase works in terms of the pillar.
I think you're just bad.
They can be a bit. They can be
wonky,
especially
when I think of Final Chase,
the ones with the
when I think of Final Chase, I tend to think about like the rail grinding sections.
This is the most Chad that Eggman has ever been, by the way. Literally putting Amy
becoming
up for hostage with the.
Oh wait a minute! No, I'm thinking of Sonic's final level. No, Final Chase sucks.
Yeah, I'm talking about Shadow's final level. No, I love Sonic's final level.
Yeah,
it's great.
Final Rush is great. Final Chase is okay.
Oh, we're here.
Final Chase is fine. I know how to play that level great, so you know.
We're talking about the Knuckles stages, not the music being kind of mixed. I actually really like this one.
I
love the beat of this.
Dude, it's all the background beats with these songs.
Yeah.
They're fucking incredible.
The beat of this is really good.
Alright, let's do this
again.
Help me get to Emeralds!
What do you guys think about the mechanic where when you restart, you lose a life?
Not a fan.
Don't like those.
I mean, that existed in SA1 as well, I think.
It's just pretty much like dying. It's fine.
Yeah, it is just a penalty. So
yeah.
The sunglasses.
It is. I guess I'm just too ingrained in current games where we have like no death has to ever mean anything. It's not like I mean, this game is harder to
see hidden things.
Use them to see like invisible item boxes and shit.
Oh, okay.
And invisible like help
not
monitors.
Not that important. That
you can find the Lord Farquaad help monitor.
Beach Knuckles is complete. Yes, let's go.
Honestly,
the characters in this game look fucking stupid when they're fully maxed out. I love it.
No, everyone else looks fine. This Knuckles looks fucking wacky.
I feel like something I really want is like if they ever did like a re-release of this game, like they would allow you to keep the sunglasses on, like while you jump and stuff like that. Have you just a part of this mod? That'd be cool if you put them on, and just perma on, you know?
I don't think most people know how to use the sunglasses because you have to scroll through this menu with the B button.
Y button.
Right.
Then you hit B.
Isn't Y? Don't they both
What?
do the same thing?
No, B is to activate the
Yeah,
a
and Y
special
is
skill.
scroll.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
People
so-
say this game uses the same button for everything.
Yeah.
Oh
Yuji,
god, the first
this
one's
game-
all the way at the
This
top.
game uses the same one button. What is it designed by? Yuji Naka?
Usually when I play this level, if I've gotten halfway up the mountain and I haven't gotten a blip, I just restart.
Come on, game design.
So
let's
Balan going on sale for $20 on the Switch.
Yeah, it's pretty
version.
cheap now.
I'm gonna. I need to
Bal-
beat
Wait, are
that.
you talking about Balin?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
It
Knuckles.
is.
Ballin'.
It is now $40 dues on
That's
Steam.
still too much.
I'll
sale.
probably pirate it.
Hello, I'm a Balin fan. I don't think it's that bad,
There's a lot,
but you know.
there's a lot of detail in the underground area of this level that you can't actually go to.
Yeah.
Don't let it hit your groove. Don't
All
let it
right.
hit your groove.
This is what now. Yeah, Ace is right. This is where I'm gonna my downfall right here, right now. You know.
I love when Knuckles is at top speed. He just fucking the way he swings his arm side to side looks
Yeah,
so
he
fucking spastic.
Yeah, he doesn't put his arm like his hands in the back of his body like he does in SA1.
Like Sonic does. It's so
No, he
fucking
did.
funny.
He also did it in SA1, so like, he just
Oh yeah, he did.
so this made him go like that. I guess to make him feel
Because they
different.
don't actually have like a max running speed animation in this game.
I also don't have a max running speed animation.
Man, I remember when I got to fucking Mad Space, and I remember just being like, what the fuck is this level?
I don't know why. I thought you were gonna say I remember when I unlocked a fast running animation.
Damn. Well,
What on the-
one day I'll get my Sonic run, you know? As all as
Naruto run.
yeah, my Naruto run.
Spirits
exactly.
unite.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I restarted the level like you needed.
When I was a child, I used
yeah.
to run like Espio because I thought it was cool. It wasn't. I was a dork.
Wow. Gamer. Yeah, but
How do you run like SBO? Oh,
Like
just
he
with the
keeps
hand behind
like
it?
he
you're
has
ready,
like he has
like-
like the two fingers and he puts his arm
Like,
off to the side.
You run because you
It's
run
kinda
like you're
a
ready
dab,
to go.
but with only two fingers.
Oh.
it's the ninja run, Evan.
It's the ninja dab run.
It's the ninja. Yeah, I mean, how does okay? Well, here's the real question. They gave this shit another shot. Would you want the same gameplay styles, or would you just want Sonic levels?
I don't. I'll be honest. I've
want the
thought
same
about this for a
gameplay
little bit.
styles.
I don't know how you would remake these games. They're so specific to Sega of
Yeah.
the time.
I'm not
Like,
even talking
even if you-
about remake, like
that-
I just mean like the gameplay itself. Like, would you try and replicate some of this, or would you just go like, yeah?
I think there is enough quality and solidified mechanics within the other stages besides Sonic that would, at worst, it would just need some buffering with the level design and some additional mechanics. So, I mean, just having the Sonic gameplay only, that would just completely remove its identity as Sonic Adventure 2. If that's
Right.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
The adventure gameplay has to have multiple characters.
Yeah.
So
Adventure games are weird because a lot of the things I see them try in this game are things that they put into Yakuza later.
What? What do you mean? I'm so confused by this statement.
Wait.
Like this, well, like Sonic
Yeah.
Adventure 1 more so specifically. Where it just had
Yeah.
this really
Wow.
weird, like, where it had this really weird. I mean, Sonic Adventure 1 is like this really weird hub world area with mini games collected in, with mini games packed throughout it.
Barely.
Well,
It's still
packed,
this-
quote
this-
unquote, as packed
this
as
still-
a Dreamcast game can get.
They're still in the game though, Evan. That's the thing. Think about it. Evan, shut up.
I mean, I feel like the difference is that the Yakuza worlds are a lot more fleshed out than SA1's hub world.
Oh yeah,
was,
obviously.
Well, yeah, it's
Right.
fucking
But
Japan
like,
versus.
but like that, I can see that like attempt of like creating a small world with things to do in it, different mini games for it to take you to.
No, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, I could see it.
yeah. I mean, the problem is, personally, I've never cared for SA1's hub world. I've always thought it was cumbersome.
Well,
I mean, I
Well,
don't think SA1 has enough where its hub world is justified. It's
Yeah.
like you either play the game fast and you're just running to the area you need to go to, or you're like trying to 100% complete it. That's when you go around the hub world doing.
Yeah, Shenmue, like, Goldstone pointed out, Shenmue is probably a better example.
It's a better example. It's a better example. The thing is, like, besides the hub world, besides the hub world, it's still a completely different thing. Like, yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's very much its own
right.
thing, but I'm just saying that like there's a few core design aspects that that kind of rank similarly to me.
I see what you mean, but when I was playing Yakuza 0, I never once thought, oh, this is just
What
like
I'm
SA1.
saying is Knuckles should have trained a dominatrix.
That's probably true.
That's all you want. You should have said that instead of saying.
Yeah,
you
that,
would've
that,
you would've
then
gotten
we
your
would have
point
got
across.
we would have got it right away.
I would have clapped for you, you know. But the,
And I would have felt validated.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! It's up here the whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh,
dude,
it's up
what
there.
a piece. What a fucking garbage
Oh,
emerald
and
piece.
now,
Oh my god.
now you're not gonna let me get it now, game, huh? Thank you.
Oh dear.
I say what?
And
then he falls to his death.
SA2
Knuckles
sucks.
falls to his fucking death now.
5.5 minutes. That's.
I kind of wish there was, remember how like the SA1, like screens would do it for Knuckles, where he would just do it wherever like he was.
Keyboard?
I wish they did in this game where he just like did his like victory pose in midair.
Oh yeah, I think that happens more in DX than the original.
Did you find my
Yeah, it just like plays your victory animation as soon as you get the last emerald, like wherever you're standing.
No, my keyboard and now is unplugged.
Yeah, I heard something disconnect.
I'm on Xbox, so my controller went unplugged.
Rogue.
Rogue Rouge. Kill her.
Fuck Rouge.
Kill her.
Knuckles, fuck her.
Nick,
bitch.
how would you react if at this point you had to fight Doug Funny?
I'll fucking
Knuckles
do it.
could fucking kill Doug.
I fucking do it, dude. Like that's like he's done. I'm dead.
Yeah. At least she landed on the platform.
I love
again.
when you die and then you just hover. Your corpse is just hovering.
Hell yeah.
I don't get why they can do like their multiplayer moves in this. That's fucking cheating.
The character.
Everyone says the multiplayer mode in this game is like one of the best ones in the series, and it probably is. But did you guys actually play it much back in the day? Because I did.
I remember.
But I also didn't really have the game.
I remember we played the Dreamcast version a lot, and then
with the beautiful 30 FPS.
yeah, yeah, but we also did play a lot of the GameCube version, and we did try to play a bit of the on Xbox. It is fine. It is one of the better Sonic multiplayers. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing in the world, but like compared to like
I don't think many Sonic games have had that enjoyable of multiplayer. To be fair.
yeah, like
Wait, what? Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Which game's multiplayer?
This game.
Oh, yeah, the multiplayer in this game is pretty enjoyable. I don't think it's like
fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's like award-winning. It's fine.
It's probably the best multiplayer any 3D Sonic game has had.
compared to like compared to like Heroes, let's just compare it to that because that's the only other one they really did it. Yeah.
Remember when you could unlock?
Yeah, but in Heroes you had to unlock all the multiplayer stuff.
Well, and the thing is, also in the Dreamcast version, you had to unlock. It's Battle made that all unlockable. Even then, you
it was
also
better for it.
It was better for it, but still, like people
generally when it comes to those kinds of things, people mostly prefer
Sega,
that it just be unlocked from the start.
Sega pulled the Nintendo with that one because Nintendo does that all the time. Just unlock everything for the re-release.
I did like
Obligatory, they just fucked Joe here for like the 90 millionth time.
I did kind of find it weird that you could play as like Chaos and Tikal in this multiplayer mode.
Yeah,
that's
Very
weird.
little to do with the game.
They
yeah.
let you play as Amy too. That's
And
Yeah.
she's broken.
And she's better in this than in SA1.
I feel like the Call and Knuckles one.
Oh, hey
just
there,
'cause
hey
they
there,
have the
big
models
pig
lying
stuff.
around.
Big
Yeah, hey there.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be dead. Oh yeah, we kind of... Oh wait, is he there?
He shows up at the very end.
I'm not doing the big stuff.
Yeah, is it
You
just
fool.
press A or hold A? How
You
does
have
it
to,
work?
you have to hold
You got to mash
some-
it.
And I'm
I
not doing
see.
that, so yeah, no. There's a video online that you could do that and just watch it. All of them. So just watch that.
Wow.
I'm doing the.
Yo,
doing-
me and the boys are gonna
Liter-
go watch Big in every
I
SA2
am-
cutscene.
Literally 1984 right here.
I do the bare minimum of
Stop
lazy.
saying that.
It's funny. I like to use it for the stupidest shit because it's just.
why is
But
the
hey,
turtle so fucking tiny in this game, dude?
Oh, it gets smaller in the final cutscene.
Yeah. I'm also very
I
glad
don't
that
know.
none of the pieces
They
fell
just
off the side of
decided.
the
They were
bridge.
just like. They were just like, fuck it. It can be any size. We don't care.
We should get going.
It's the Master Emerald. It can shrink if it wants
Oh,
to.
who are you talking to? Like, God? We should go, God. Let's go,
Yeah,
God.
she's looking up to heaven.
Are you listening, God?
God, don't
It's
listen
me,
to my
Knuckles.
unpaid tax
Where's the
payments.
Master Emerald?
Could I get the Mastered Emerald?
Alright, let's go crazy, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're almost
Crazy
done.
guy.
We're almost done.
I shift back and forth whether I like this level or not.
I don't like this level.
I like this level, and then I remember getting to the end and struggling when I was like 6.
When-
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, when I was
with the Rubik's Cube and the gravity, it fucked me every time.
when I was a little boy growing up, I hated this level a lot.
You cried when you got to it.
Every time I looked at it, I'm like, fuck you. Not
I
as
think
I
it's
didn't
just
say
a
as a
matter of
kid.
my run. If I have a good run, I like this level a lot. And
As
then when it fucks me up, I'm just like, God, this level sucks.
As an adult now who plays video games because he's a fucking idiot, it's
I
a
kind of
fun
like
level.
these tube sections, though. I think I don't know why. I think they're visually fun.
Oh, my Espeon painters. What will I do?
You should switch out to your Arceus.
I don't have that in this yet.
I can
I will
trade
never
you.
have it.
I'll trade you one. Get on Wi-Fi.
Sure, yeah, let me open my Nintendo Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, let me go on GameSpy. Hold on.
Are
let's see
there
if-
proxy servers that you can
There's
use
gotta
now?
be at this
Probably.
point.
Probably. The DS isn't that hard to hack.
It's not even hacking. It's just using like proxy
Me.
Wi-Fi. Because I know that they have that for Wii, right? They have proxy Wi-Fi for Wii.
I think so.
It's mostly like LAN tunneling at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Something.
You guys want to spend 20 minutes talking about how the artificial chaos expands the Sonic lore?
Don't.
No, we need to get David in for that.
And we know we can't pay for David to get in here, so you know.
Yeah, well, David's an exclusive, got an exclusive contact
How do-
Yeah.
with FTCR.
I would imagine that it just expands the lore because it's artificial chaos made by Gerald Robotnik.
Who?
No, but like, how did Gerald know about chaos, dude?
Should have hit.
He was
mural.
researching it.
The
You should-
mural, he
I'll
looked at the
try,
mural
Gold
and
Storm.
was like, it's supersonic.
I kind of miss when Sonic had like that whole tied-in lore, you know, like the SA, like between SA1 and 2.
Bro, I've been fucking wanting Sonic to have consistent lore again for a long time. Like, you don't need a lot. Just make the characters again and not fucking whatever they are right now.
Yeah.
I think to
Hopefully
have
Rangers
lore, you need to have consistent
stuff.
direction from one game to another, and that's
Yeah.
not something this series
That's
is
not
ever gonna
something we'll
have.
ever have. Yeah.
Yeah. Rangers, please be good.
Listen,
That's
man,
all.
just
Hey,
let Ian-
Sonic was running in a forest. It can't be bad.
Just let Ian Flynn write the games for fuck's
No,
sake.
don't do that. I don't.
God.
Here's the thing. I don't like
Why?
Ian. I don't like Ian Flynn's writing.
Ow.
I'm I'm the odd person. I think his writing is not the best. I think he's way overrated.
Ross, you fucking idiot.
No.
Honestly, Ross, see, I can deal with the Man of Steel and Batman versus
Oh my
Superman.
god, okay, we're not getting into
Right.
this.
I can deal with the I can deal with oh god, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I can deal with the Marvel stuff. I can't deal with this. No.
I've never read any of the comics, so I have no preference one way or the other.
Of the comics that okay, of the comics that I've read, okay, sure, he knows the characters, but like that's really it. I don't like the way he
So is
writes
the problem more
stories.
so like story construction?
Yeah, I don't like the way he writes stories. I'll totally respect that he completely gets the series, and sure, he probably would be one of the best people to handle it. I just don't think he should.
But like, okay, so what about the way he writes stories like bothers you specifically? I want to know.
I just think it's okay. I also don't like some of his dialogue like things where a lot of his dialogue and writing choices are very reference heavy to like other things in the franchise. Like it's very like, oh, remember this? It's from this thing. I don't like those kind of dialogue choices and stuff anymore. I don't like some of his stories are all very.
I mean,
obviously
media
stuff
in
he's
general
taken
is
from other things.
Media in general is so full of that nowadays. It's hard to ignore it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think that sometimes Ian Flynn, I will give you a very I will give you a fair point and say that Ian Flynn does lean into the reference heavy culture shit that I'm not really a fan of at times. But
it's also it's also referencing shit in the franchise. Like there's literally like, okay, the one time I will like the biggest example I can think of, and it's the only time I'll let him get away with it because it's kind of a clever thing, is where one of the from whenever he was still writing for Archie, and one of like the comics that was like a one-shot thing that was involving the Chaotix. The dialogue is literally just like stuff referencing the entire dialogue from that one shot is just stuff referencing the Team Chaotix song from Heroes. That's the only time I like enjoyed his like game referencey kind of writing.
Guys,
You
I
know?
want to gain followers and subscribers, not lose them. Can you shut up about?
Okay, we'll just be completely silent till you finish the game.
Die. Fuck it.
15 emblems. Fuck yeah.
when you ape out, all right, one of the best cutscenes in the whole fucking game, right here.
Oh, okay, let me skip it.
In
Hell
4x3
yeah.
for some reason.
Oh, you can't mess with like affection. Hey, what's up? Oh, no,
Fucking
JPEG.
love,
I do like this cutscene.
fucking love how cocky Sonic is here. It's great.
Which does what?
I mean, you know, they've got a plan. It doesn't
No, I
work.
know, it's great. I love it.
Only using the Elite Four to grind. Hell yeah.
The only thing that's not so good in this is Tails' voice acting.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Well, Tails has honestly never had a good voice actor before the in adventure games.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like when Tails has had a good voice actor, they've always played him in like the older age variety. We never really got a solid voice actor for like the traditional like young kid Tails of the classic games.
Yeah. Look at that drip.
I mean, they really played into that kind of character in Heroes, and everybody fucking hated it.
Well, that's because literally the voice of Tails is actually an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I fucking
want some more?
Because you just told me, Fox
boy.
And he's like, what?
I love how Tails is Tails.
Same, bro.
Tails is
I had a
Tails.
thought, but then I realized halfway through it that it answered itself, so I backed off.
I mean, you can still ask it. We just call you an idiot, but yeah.
That's fair. There he
Nice.
goes.
Yay, Sonic dies, finally.
Farewell, Sonic. Forever.
Do you think this is how Jeff Bezos is gonna come down to Earth?
Yeah. It's like the
Same one.
opposite. This is the opposite. We're gonna shoot him into space in a capsule like this.
He's going up to build Space Colony Arc, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the fact that the first
That
thing
Sonic dies,
comes the fact that he thinks about chaos control in that moment when he has a split-second decision he actually does. It's cool.
Yeah. It's actual story. Build up.
Then he used Chaos Control to return and kill us. Alright. Yeah.
He uses chaos control, and I like how Sonic is weak from it because he's never done it before.
Yeah. Also, Ross, I would recommend you read after the first arc of the IDW comics. I feel like you'll really enjoy them.
Maybe, yeah. I did read. Here's the thing. The problem is that I didn't mind what I read, because I pretty much did read the first arc, but I just never got around to reading the rest of it because it just wasn't doing it for me. And maybe that is, part of it. Maybe I just need to read more of his stuff where he's had no restrictions, from the Archie side.
Did you just die? Oh, that sucks.
I mean, if you don't win the War of Attrition, if you get unlucky with
this game,
RNG shit,
this boss, this is the worst.
This
boss
fight is a war of attrition.
Yeah, I mean, you may die a few times, but eventually you're gonna win. Just keep mashing the button. And try not to get hit by the laser.
Oh, what? Alright, cool. Cool.
You did it.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, this game fucking blows. Yeah.
Wow.
We're on the final stage, or final two stages rather. Because we got actually, yeah, we are on the final stage because we got Final Rush and then just the shadow fight.
Knuckles is lips didn't even move.
No, they don't.
Laugh. That's my favorite part.
Whoa, who is that? They're still using center mouth at this point, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yes, I'm also using
They only do the side mouth in specific scenes, and only Sonic ever gets it.
Chaos Control? What the fuck is that?
I miss when Sonic had the flesh eyelids. I don't
I'll
like
be
when
honest,
he has
I
blue
prefer the
eyelids.
blue. I think it's better.
No, I don't like that one as much.
You have against the color blue, Ross.
I don't like.
Fuck Sonic. There he goes!
Alright, let's go.
He's like, oh, alright.
Whatever, I don't give a fuck.
I'm just gonna... I usually fuck this level up because I try to go try hard on it.
It's pretty easy to fuck up this level, but you can go try hard on it really good. Especially if you're good at
Like now.
jumping, doing the tricks off the grind rail. No! Yeah, that's the other thing. Sometimes it can be really hard to land on a grind rail.
The stage is really fun when you master it, though.
Yes.
In the old days of me trying to make a YouTube channel, I used to do a SA2 Let's Play, and it's gone now.
This is also one of the only levels where it's super easy to rail grind. I always found rail grinding in this game kind of finicky in City Escape, but in this level it's just really easy to get to max speed on them.
Let's
the
go.
classic skip everyone uses.
Yeah, whatever. You didn't see that. Let's do that again.
Oh no.
Oh,
have you guys ever seen the kill plane skip for this level where you
it's pretty insane. It's very specific as well.
Yeah. So to explain, there's a so when you're falling, the game usually has a kill plane at basically every angle except for one very specific way that you can position Sonic and have him pass through the kill plane without dying. And if you do that, you can just fall to the end of the level.
Oh, so literally the end of the level just spawns eventually underneath you. Wait, if you do the bounce plays, I'm pretty sure you'll still fall through the thing.
I got it.
Oh, no, never mind.
No, Ross, I've played this game more than you. No!
Oh god.
That,
why is this game doing to me? Why?
Oh.
What?
You didn't hit the grind.
It just falls so far that it tries to save you by loading in the end of the level.
Well, no, the level is loading in as you're falling.
I'm not gonna make it that point. Right? No, wait, I can make it.
I love that Sonic falls in fire in this level when he falls down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's cool. You'll make it.
Yeah,
Ross,
but
So you fall between both of them.
Ross, I gotta show it to you. It's pretty fucking funny.
I think I might have seen it years ago.
Yeah,
There
I'm
we
really, I'm really bad at like avoiding the kill boxes in these adventure stages. Whenever I try to do the fancy shit, it's
They're like-
really you gotta really be good at finagling your way through them.
Someone like map them out or something
Yeah,
like
I'm
that, or
pretty
you
sure-
just have to position them.
Speedrunners probably have like tutorial guides for that shit. Because
What the
Whoa, that was just right below that.
You retained all your air. You retained all your momentum when you were in the air, so you held forward and flew.
All right, let's just play the game.
The game's playing itself.
See, this is not like SA1. SA1, I can actually do the tricks. This game fucking blows.
The game tricks you.
Oh, yeah, that's bullshit.
We were having such a pretty flawless run before this. I don't know what the fuck happened.
That's just the light speed dash in this game being shitty.
What am I doing, Sonic? Thank you.
Oh no! Oh, oh.
Oh my god. This really is my downfall, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, just give me the rings. I don't care. Get jump. Jump. Alright. Alright. Game, please. Just do what I want.
Next up is Dark type.
Oh, you made it to Karen.
Yeah, I was able to get up to Lance, but I lost. But I'm just using it to
Scizor,
grind.
so she's no problem until Houndoom comes out.
Well, I have a Gyarados for Houndoom, so
Yeah, but I also play on set and not shift.
Alright.
Because I'm a badass.
What is wrong with this game? Why is this game like this right now? Why?
Well, there's a number of reasons. Yeah, this is the level I find that there's a lot of glitches in this version, especially in the HD version.
I never had.
Why.
I never end up like this before, in this level. But until like recently too. Like even when I tried doing a Discord stream in FTCR, I just kept fucking up.
Well, that's just the FTCR curse.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna step out for now.
Alright.
I hope the rest of the stream goes well, guys. I will see
Bye.
you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh, right into him. I think the yellow pathway has like a ring box at the bottom of it.
I don't care. You
It's
get a
never
ring
worth
box
it
either.
for me to actually check.
Yeah, you get a ring box either way, so you know.
Get a ring.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get every ring so that I can automatically A-rank the stage.
That's what you get.
Yeah, if you collect every ring in the level, which I think might only be possible in Metal Harbor, you automatically A-rank the level.
But if you're doing Metal Harbor, the easiest bit of A rank is just to do the rocket. Like
Yeah, you
get
just
to the
gotta
highest point.
make sure you get up to the rocket.
Yeah, the highest point will always guarantee you getting there.
And it's not worth it to get every ring because the snowboard section is so fucking impossible.
Yeah, you have to perfectly memorize where each item box is.
Every now and then I pull out that golden ring that I got for the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. It's real cool. I collect the ring, and then I will not die when I get hit.
You know that's bullshit, right?
We'll see.
Let's fix my fucking keyboard.
I miss when Sonic had shields like those, but I understand why they don't use them in the current games. Maybe I'm just bullshit.
You're dumb.
I mean, what, just the green shield?
Yeah, like the green shield and the magnet shield, those were cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really bring back the flame shield in the boost era.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't really tend to go underwater much in Sonic games nowadays.
Not really, no, yeah. I think that the last time you went
You can
underwater
do
in a
it in
3D game.
colors.
The last time people went underwater in a 3D game was Colors, yeah. Actually, no, Seas Hotel in Generations. That underwater parts.
In 2D, not in 3D. Nick, how much do you like? Nick, how much do you like?
Fuck this game!
I think the electric shield disappears after this game. I don't think it's in Heroes.
No, it doesn't. Are there any shields?
Oh, Heroes has a shield, but it's like a rainbow sparkling
Evan,
effect.
you can clip that if you like. I don't care.
I'm probably going to, yeah.
I briefly saw it in the corner of my eye, but I paid it no mind.
If I had webcam on, you would have fucking saw my face. I'm like, I'm fucking
Nick
done.
would have just dropped the controller and left. He would have come back, but it would have been great for the clip.
Oh no. Typhlosion's dead.
Ooh, you fucking game!
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh!
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Alright, alright. I was looking at chat for like a minute. I shouldn't do that. But I can look at chat now. Hey chat, how you doing? I'm not having a good time. How about you?
I'm having a blast.
You're not chat, you're a co-com. Fuck you.
I can type in the chat.
Oh yeah, do it. You won't.
Okay, fine. Hang on a second. Get something funny.
I kinda dizzy and tight. Yeah, now I'm I hate this game right now, so you know, I would beat it. Yeah.
Barely made it.
I don't know what's worse, that moment or my fucking
Here, I'll give you Franker Z.
treetops moment.
Treetops moment was pretty bad.
Treetops is just bad in general.
That's right. So let me
Still my favorite Spyro game though.
There you go. Here you go. You got a mod.
Yo! I'm moving up in the world. Can't wait to tell my mom about this.
Mama.
Mom, get the camera.
Trying the I'm using chatty. It's like trying the mod Ace Omni. You have added Ace Omni as a mod of this channel.
Wait, am I a mod?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Only friends are
No, I
mods.
doubt it.
Fuck you, Goldstone. I don't think you're. I'm just kidding. You know, can't let you live in the lowest voice possible because music's like.
This is a cool scene though.
This is.
Yeah, I always liked it.
Even though this
fight's kind of lame though.
It's kind of lame, but I fucking love it. It actually
Generations
showcases.
version is really cool.
It showcased what these two characters do, which is speed. So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like how they're like battling while running. But there's no way to not make that kind of awkward.
Yeah.
What if Platinum Games did a Sonic Shadow fight?
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear
Also,
the fucking.
I think there is a limit to how long this road will go.
Yeah, no, if you reach like a certain point in time, it will stop.
Because the game can't load any more into RAM.
Yeah.
16 megabytes on Dreamcast, baby. It's the
It's the
Disappear.
end of the world. Actually,
I
this
did.
kind of reminds
I
me of
did.
the ending of Sonic.
Oh wow, you did it!
All right, that's a perfect ending. That's the equivalent of the mic drop at the end. I love how Egg was just fucking lying on the ground.
I did it.
Oh, I'll just lie down.
I'm very sleepy.
I'm very tired, Tails.
You kicked my ass. I'm gonna sleep.
Awesome job, Tails.
My chaos emerald.
Sonic!
Look outside.
You can't get up. Tails is so pissed. Sonic's alive.
It's like, oh damn it! I thought I could be the protagonist now.
Die, Gengar.
Actually, now that I look at this, the ending of just the hero story in SA2 is basically just Sonic Colors' plot.
Honestly. He did it.
Alright, look at that fucking shitty smile. Nick, how'd that feel after, I don't know, how long has it been since you played this game?
We did 2 hours. We did 2 hours. So on 2 hours. Well, of course, right when I was doing all right with the game, I
Went pretty smooth up until the last level.
Yeah.
But then you ended in style, so it was all good.
I like this version of the thing, but I still think SA1's version of this.
SA1 is the better version. It's
Yeah.
just more triumphant in general, and
Yeah.
it feels a really fun rock type. But this one is good too.
This is a yeah.
Although I really like the violin version that plays in Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah.
I like that version.
In terms of this particular version.
Johnny Gianelli's still doing Sonic stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone else who did the vocals for this game has moved on, really. Johnny's still there.
Oh, Johnny.
Unless they bring him back for, like, a good, you know.
They brought him back for Team Sonic Racing.
Johnny and Jude, yeah.
Oh god, he's running into the camera.
There he comes.
I think my, someone brought this up another day when we were talking about it, but, like, in the Sonic Boom, I think it was the 25th anniversary celebration when they got Johnny Gianelli and June Sonoit up there, and they're playing a song next, Johnny's just like, my friend June?
Oh god, yeah.
Came
But
from Japan.
He filled up on a whole bunch of sushi.
No, all he ate was one piece of sushi.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Johnny, you can't say that.
Why,
Yeah,
Ross?
it's alright.
Why can't you say that?
Oh, maybe because.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he really likes sushi, but it's just like weird that he's like said that out of context. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh my god, are we gonna get that amazing cutscene now? Or is that not till the
Oh
Dark
yeah,
Side
yeah,
story?
yeah. No, you get in this one.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Dark Side one is the Kingdom Hearts one. This is the fucking the arresting one.
Oh my god, you did it.
Yeah.
17.
What do you feel?
And steals the research from
17.
a military base located on an island. to
June
the south.
23rd.
Oh, yeah.
The military's top secret weapon.
I still like it. It's like off the Dreamcast quality.
When all of the keys have been
Yeah, I mean there was no way to update this.
Yeah, they just redo the whole cutscene.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that for the GameCube release at least. But yeah. What?
Was there like one of these preview movies for Hero Mode if you went through Dark Mode first?
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's even more bizarre than the
Yeah,
Hero Mode one.
that's the one that has Farewell
Goodbye,
Sonic Forever.
All right.
No, that's the.
That's on
what we
Dark
just
Side.
watched.
No.
Oh, is it? Okay, bad.
But the
Yeah.
Pharrell Sonic Forever?
Dark
Yeah,
Dark
no.
Endings is
No.
like the Maria based one.
The ending one was, yeah, it's pretty much, you know, Sonic was arrested, and it was like SA2
Sonic the
Hero Side,
Hedgehog was arrested.
and then like Sonic SA2's Hero Side story, farewell Sonic
On
forever.
the plus side though, look at Eggman's smile on that portrait. That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. No.
Shadow, please mark.
No, the final.
I can't see the camera.
No, the final story is just like a bunch of them saying random fucking lines, and one of them is like eternal or some
Yeah.
shit.
Wishes are eternal.
Wishes on eternal. I'm like, what?
Why the fuck? The secret from 50 years ago.
Oh god, that's right. Wishes are eternal. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
We meet back on Thursday, for a Dark Side story. Yeah.
Well, that'll be pretty funny. I don't think it's as long.
Oh yeah, Nick. You know, when are we gonna stream Back for Blood beta? We should do that.
I don't really know. I don't think my
Shouldn't
computer
that
can
end
do.
soon?
My computer, I don't think my computer can stream both can't stream a PC game like that. So I don't know.
That's
I was
a
really
shame.
hoping. I
Oh,
was
well,
hoping.
we'll have to play it at some point.
Oh yeah,
Either way.
but either way, come back on Thursday. We'll be back on Thursday doing Dark Side story,
We'll be
and
back from outer space.
I don't know when we're gonna do last story. Maybe on Monday because we have something to do Friday. So who knows?
We'll see what happens.
And definitely can't do anything tomorrow because FTCR movie night. But you know.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Water night.
Shut up. No, I don't want to think about it right now. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, but...
Alright everyone, don't let it hit your groove. Bye.
Alright, yeah. Bye. Wishes are eternal.